Oh, shit. Do you love me? Just to the just to the physical comedy because I can't think of an opening line. Gotta think of something though. Fucking, it's Sunday, I guess. Pretty sunny out there. It's a sunny Sunday afternoon. Live from Sydney. You're in Sydney on a sunny Sunday afternoon. So I've just been out and about doing my rounds. Went out to Broadway. Shout out to the great folk. Broadway Harris Farms. Contact poisoned me only once. No, that's a true story. That's thanks, Sylvia. Yeah, that's a true story. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to get the phone to sit at the right angle. Okay, yeah, come up a notch on the volume. There you go. Yeah, it's something to do with the levels because like the chorus is really loud, but the verse is really quiet. Just go there. Just go there. Yeah. Yeah. All right. No, I went to Broadway today, and I got contact poisoned. I did. Yeah, they'd sprayed something on the escalator. You know, the black rubber hand rest. Get on the escalators. I put my hand on it, and Kitty Callahan was like going like, "Don't touch that, dude!" Ah, too late. I'm like, fuck. Ah, she's like, just act. Yeah, they got you, but just act natural. Just act natural. Just play it cool, daddy-o. And I went, oh my god. And I was crying. And she's like, fucking Mr. Tapscott, you fucking pussy. Hard no. Oh, Mr. Tapscott. Piss weak. Mr. Tapscott. No. No. That's fucking gay, Mr. Tapscott. It's fucking gay. Nick Tapscott is gay. He's really gay. No, she didn't say that. And I didn't do that. I didn't cry either. No, not even internally. I didn't cry out, not even in pain, for a moment, and I was allowed into Valhalla. No, but I didn't go, bugger, because I know what it's like, yeah, and it's just like, it's not fatal, it's just annoying, because, yeah, and then, so I took my, now I'm rubbing it through my fucking hair, but anyway, I took my hand off the thing, and I knew it had kind of been spiked, and so I just, like, didn't touch anything with it, and I did what I was going to do anyway, but Harris Farms, great shop, love it, only 90% SAS goons in there today. Hoping that I'd turn up, just in case I turned up. They've obviously got nothing better to do. Yeah. Just hoping that I'd turn up, and I turned up, and they're like, "Oh, cool! Here's my big moment. Stand near him, cough." Yeah, that's it. That's all they've got. And then I just went to the bathroom, washed my hands, and then see, that's it there. Yeah, see, itchy, yeah. And then within like about 15, 20 minutes, like, so like, yeah, just between like not my dick and balls, to put it politely, but the sensitive part between like the thigh gap. Yeah, it's like that really sensitive skin next to your sack, next to your scrotum. It's under your penis. It's in front of your butthole. Your anus. Starts itching. And that's the thing. Yeah, I remember that from jail because they'd spray the shit on your fucking bed sheets and stuff. They'd spray it on the linen. They put it in the soap. So you go to the shower and you have a shower and then fuck, because you've rubbed it all over your crotch, and then you start itching. I don't know if you can see that. See that rash there? That's from shitty soap. That's from shitty soap at Linwood Lodge. Yeah, contact poison. Yeah, and then parts of my face were getting itchy, and just like itchy in random spots. That's what it does. Yeah, it's itching powder basically. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and it's just SAS just doing it to piss you off, just to slightly annoy you, to keep you under pressure. Yeah, it's like, well, it's military training, but it's not. It's just them being fucksticks. Yeah, it's just suppression. That's all it is. Yeah, because what if China invades and they suppress you? Well, aren't we fighting them to prevent suppression? So your plan to avoid being suppressed is to suppress us. Is that what you're saying? Like, military. Yeah. Look, I'm convinced. I'm not a bald guy. No one's convinced me. No one's convinced. We can go again. We'll try it again. Here we go. We'll try it again. We'll use the mirror this time, not the computer screen. That'll be easier. All my life, I've had to fight. There you go. There you go. Yeah, all right, that's better. That's better. Right. I'm live. And I'm still alive. Still very, very live. Still very, very still alive. You're watching No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott, a guy who's richer than you. I think I might use some of my infinite wealth, near infinite wealth, to buy a hairbrush. Maybe a haircut. Wouldn't that be fancy? Be like Homer Simpson. Oh, Hammer. Yeah. Joining me as always, Kitty Callahan, represented here by the Great Island Cup. Don't forget they murdered penguins. They murdered penguins. Don't forget, Kitty Callahan has more talent than you. She's richer than you. Better looking than you. Better dressed than you. She doesn't smell better than you, though. I will give you that, okay? She smells pretty good. She does. But not as good as... I've smelled better. Tara Bennett, however, smells fantastic. Always. Represented here by the scandal. Tara Bennett. Don't forget, she's richer than you. Better looking than you. Smarter than you. Better than you, definitely. She can cook better than you. Yeah. Superior to you in every way. Thanks, Tara Bennett. Not superior to you, though, Mr. Tapscott. Mr. Tapscott is superior to all. Thank you, Tara. Yeah. Alice Harding joining me as always. How you doing, Pinchy? Pretty good. Miss Steal a Line, Mr. Tapscott from Tara Bennett. I love you more. Every minute of every day. Oh, thanks. Sylvia's here, but she's propping up my phone right now. So she's, but she's all around us. Yeah. She loves me too. I love her too. I love Sylvia. She's the best. Nina Trefcon's here. She's got an update for us. Let's talk to Nina. Let's talk to Nina. Represented here by this serrated blade. How are we doing out there, Nina? How's Valkyrie? Good, thank you, Mr. Tapscott. Okay, so we have lost 4,000 more. So that makes the total between yesterday and today. 9,000 Valkyrie are gone. However, all their spots were immediately filled. And it's a good opportunity for Nina. She's like, I don't want, you don't want that many. You don't actually want that many. So good riddance. Fuck off. Yeah. Yeah, because now they're kind of like, well, yeah, because they're still clinging. So, oh, really? Yeah, and they're clinging to the delusion that, no, it's a switcher. Oh, yeah, fucking how stupid are they? That it's actually a switcher. I'm just like playing a joke, and my plan actually is to be a broke homeless guy forever. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I do that? Why would I create a universe just to be a fucking broke homeless guy? I don't understand, you retards. I don't get it. Yeah, you've all been sucked in by the You've all been sucked in by the propaganda. Yeah. But anyway, I'm singing the same tune. We've been through this again and again. So, yeah, that's the thing. Like, Nina's like, yeah, we're all agreed. All of us, all the turbo babes are all of us. We're all aligned, especially Kitty Callahan. Because she, we're all completely out of patience. We all of us are. All of us. But Kitty Callahan especially. She arrived there first. She ran out of patience first. She's like, you guys are fucking retarded. Like, yeah. Because I think because she's a lot closer to, she can see a lot more of what's going on. She hears a lot more conversations. But she's like, you fucking idiots. What are you? Especially Australians. Yeah, especially Australians. The rest of the world are kind of like, oh yeah, cool. Especially in parts of the world where their lives are like they've been getting fucked over by humans. For thousands of years, like hundreds of years. Fucking! I hope someone arrives to take over from the humans, and thank God, literally, yeah, thank God the humans have had their time, because these guys are retarded. yeah, they're kind of like, sweet, their reign of terror is over. Someone's here to take over. Yeah, cool. And I am. That's exactly why we're here, by the way. Especially me. I'm here to take over. Yeah, I'm your leader. I'm the king. Yeah, I'm the boss of the universe. That's me. Number one, I'm in charge. I have more power than everyone. I have more power than anyone. I have more power than everyone. Pretty terrifying, huh? This guy. I like Slayer and bourbon. Look on the bright side. Some of you will survive. But you can't even ride a jet ski. I heard you mispronounce a word once. That's you idiot. Yeah. You haven't even read all the Mr. Men books. So, yeah, well, they can't kill you. Ready? I find your lack of faith disturbing. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tapscott, for being the boss. We love you. We all do. On behalf of all the Turbo Babes, we love you, Mr. Tapscott. Yeah. All right, let's do a snap live judgment on Mr. Tapscott. Murders, 0. Slaves, 0. So that makes me more qualified than... How many people... what's the percentage of the Australian population that have murdered someone prior to me coming in to take over? At 2021, approximately 10% of the Australian population has murdered at least one person. Had murdered at least one person. Okay, so that 10% is gone. Yeah. So we've got 90% left, and then, yeah. They've got like about 5%, 2% of pedos. They're gone. Okay, so we're still doing pretty well, but yeah. And then we've got all these all these fucksticks who are like just like, I'm standing in the way. Yeah, well, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go. Eventually, we will make it not a capital offence to annoy me. But right now, yeah, like I keep saying, we're at war. This is wartime. Martial law. The King of England is in charge of... the Governor-General is in charge of Australia. The state governors are in charge of the states. The Governor-General is in charge of the nation, the federal level. She's in charge of the Australian military. She reports to the King of England. Who does the King of England report to? Uh-oh. This guy, Mr. Tapscott. The guy who's richer than you. So does JD Vance. So does Vladimir Putin. So does Emmanuel Macron. So do pretty much all the world leaders. They all report to me now. Yeah. The takeover is complete. Now, King Charles. Okay, well, let's run through it. Yeah, all right. Look, you don't have to take my word for it, okay? You don't have to take my word for it. Now, this is Kitty Callahan. Kitty Callahan's helping me with this presentation. So that's Jesus Christ / Vishnu. Shiva the Destroyer, don't forget. / God the Father. Sacred King, God King. Yeah, so that's me. Yeah, I'm a God King. A God King, or God King, is a term for a defined. Sorry, Oh, I just got demoted to King God. God King or God King is a term for a deified ruler or a pagan deity that is venerated in the guise of a king. In particular, it is used to refer to Egyptian pharaohs. Devaraja, yeah. Or a sacred king in any other polytheistic faith. In many historical societies, now don't forget Christianity is polytheistic. Yeah, the Presbyterians have it wrong because the Christians have the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I'm the Father. Kitty Callahan is the Son. And Tara Bennett is the Holy Ghost. 3 of us. So Christians are polytheistic. In many historical societies, the position of kingship carried sacral meaning and was identical with that of a high priest and judge. Divine kingship is related to the concept of theocracy, although a sacred king need not necessarily rule through his religious authority. Rather, the temporal position itself has a religious significance behind it. The monarch may be divine, become divine, or represent divinity to a greater or lesser extent. Okay. Yeah. That was me. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. Dragon King, that was me. Yeah. The Dragon King, also known as the Dragon God, is a celestial creature, water and weather god in Asian mythology. They can be found in various cultural and religious symbolic materials all around Asia, specifically in Southeast Asia. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm a Kama, that's me. The Emperor of Japan thought he was, but he's definitely not. Yeah, Augustus. That was me. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. That's Perun, actually. That was when I was Perun. Yeah. Monarchies carried sacral kingship into the Middle Ages, encouraging the idea of kings installed by the grace of God. Yeah. Yeah. By the grace of God is a formulaic phrase used especially in Christian monarchies as an introductory part of the full styles of a monarch. In England and later the United Kingdom, the phrase was formally added to the royal style in 1521 and continues to be used. It is also used by bishops. For example, on UK coinage, the abbreviation DG appears today. Yeah. Yeah, Dei Gratia. Yeah. Yeah. The traditional phrase by the grace of God is still included in the full titles and styles of monarchs of Denmark, Liechtenstein, the Netherlands, Monaco, and most notably the United Kingdom. Yeah. And all the rest. Now, so because I am God, King Charles serves at my pleasure. He serves me. He's fully across his plan, by the way. Now, yeah, because he understands. He understands. He understands. Yeah, he's smart. I keep telling him he's smart. He's like, well, I'm a king. Like, I've had a pretty sweet life. Sure, everyone's trying to murder me, but I'm pretty rich, and I live in England, and I've had a pretty good time. I have like private jets and fast cars and heaps of hot broads, and like fucking live in a mansion. So he's done all right. So he's like, well, cool, it's working for me. Yeah, he doesn't care. Yeah, and he's always been spiritual. He's always been religious, and he's like, well, I serve at the grace of God. Yeah, God put me where I am for a reason. So yeah, and he knows what that phrase means. Yeah, by the grace of God. Yeah, he's all right. That's it. I've got a responsibility to God. He's also the head of the Church of England. So that's the double whammy. That's the double whammy. He's a spiritual leader, and he's a monarch. He's the king of England. Yeah, I'm God. He works for me. That's it. Now, King Charles is also in charge of just like in Australia, the boss of the army in Australia is the Governor General. She represents the King of England. The King of England is in charge of the military in the United Kingdom. And that's why, Your Majesty, King Charles III, I would like to issue an instruction. And this isn't a request. This is a formal instruction to you. This is an order. No, we've already discussed this. This is just the formalities. Yeah, this is just the formality. I'm just making it official. So he's across this. Yeah, and he actually approached us with this plan. He's like, I think this is the right way to go. So, okay. So, effective immediately. The British SAS are dissolved. The King's Guard are formally disbanded. The British SAS are formally disbanded. The Royal Marines are formally disbanded. The Royal Navy is formally disbanded. In fact, all of the British Armed Forces, all of them, are right now, as of this statement, formally disbanded. Now, that doesn't mean that the UK doesn't have military forces. It's still an extremely powerful nation. However, all of those, everyone in the military, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, just got fired. Just then. About 20% of you will be immediately rehired in the brand new military that King Charles is going to set up the split second after I've made that statement. So he's doing it right now. Yeah. And then the rest of you, please just go home and stay there and think about what you're going to do in retirement from the military, because you're not in the military anymore and you need to get over it. If you refuse this order, you'll be disobeying a direct order, and that is from the king, from the head of the military. That is a breach of your military conduct, of your military contract, and you will be, you potentially can be court-martialed. You face a court-martial, and one of the potential outcomes of that court-martial can be death. You could also be in prison for up to like 25 years, I think. Yeah. But most of you, like right now, you're being honorably discharged. So we strongly recommend you take this option, because that means you'll qualify for pensions and things like that. If you resist, you'll be dishonorably discharged with immediate effect, with charges pending, and therefore you won't qualify for any pension. Yeah. So we strongly recommend that you follow this order from the head of your military, which is the King of England, King Charles III, His Majesty the King. God save the King. Yes, sir, Mr. Tapscott, sir. It says His Majesty the Third, King Charles. Dismissed. Okay, good. I'm glad that's out of the way, because you fucksticks were fucking it up so badly. Yeah. Or you dog shit aristocrats in the Navy there. Useless. Absolutely useless. No idea, cunts. Yeah. Storm Shadows, cool. Yeah. When am I going to shoot one of those? Yeah. Yeah, you don't sound like Ozzy Bogans, but whatever. Splitting hairs. All right, cool. Glad that's out of the way. Yeah, by the way, you know how when the President of the United States of America is sworn in, he swears on a Bible. That's me and Kitty Callahan. He's pledging allegiance to us. One nation under God. That's me. I'm God. I'm in charge of America. I'm in charge of the United Kingdom. I'm in charge of Canada. I'm in charge of Australia. There's more. But we'll just start with those. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, inauguration, that's the word. Yeah, at the inauguration, the president swears on a Bible. Yeah. So this is the presidential oath. So he puts his hand on a Bible and he says, or she says, I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office in which I am about to enter, so help me God. That's me. At noon, the new presidential and vice presidential terms begin. About that time, the president recites the constitutionally mandated oath of office. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the United States is the supreme law of the United States of America. It superseded the Articles of Confederation, the nation's first constitution, on March 4, 1789. Originally including 7 articles, the Constitution defined the foundational structure of the federal government, supreme law. The Supremacy Clause of the Constitution of the United States establishes that the Constitution, federal laws made pursuant to it, and treaties made under the authority of the United States constitute the supreme law of the land, and thus take priority over any conflicting state laws. It provides that state courts are bound by and state constitutions subordinate to the supreme law. However, federal statutes and treaties must be within the parameters of the Constitution. That is, they must be pursuant to the federal government's enumerated powers and not violate other constitutional limits on federal power, such as the Bill of Rights. Of particular interest is the 10th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which states that the federal government has only those powers that are delegated to it by the Constitution. It is a responsibility of the United States Supreme Court, in that case, to exercise the power of the judicial review, the ability to invalidate a statute for violating a provision of the Constitution. Yeah.
She knows I do not cry. He's a hunter, he's a good man. He brings you nothing. He's a hunter and a good man. He brings you nothing.
Okay. Well, we got a bit off track there. That's all right. So the 10th Amendment of the Constitution is the amendment that ratifies the Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights protects fundamental God-given or natural rights. God-given. The Constitution doesn't mention God specifically, but it does mention the Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights does mention God-given. Key aspects regarding God-given rights in the context of the Bill of Rights. Natural rights influenced by thinkers. Religious clauses. The First Amendment guarantees religious freedom and prohibits a state-established religion, designed to protect the conscience of the individual from government control. Foundation of liberties. The Bill of Rights was added to ensure the federal government could not violate these pre-existing inherent rights. Historical context. The concept of inalienable rights is often viewed as a Judeo-Christian contribution to Western law, emphasizing the worth of the individual. Okay, now I really need to go to the bathroom, so we're going to play a video.
Traveling north to find you. Train was beating the wind in my eyes. Don't even know what I'll say.
I pledge allegiance.
It's only been such a long since I met you. Don't even know what I'll find when I get to you. It's I know where I belong. It's where
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, also known as the Bill of Rights, were ratified or passed over 200 years ago. But even though they're a bit, well, old, these first 10 amendments are still the most debated and discussed section of our Constitution today. So can you remember what they are? Let's take a look. The First Amendment is the freedom of speech, press, religion, assembly, and petition. This may be the most revered of the amendments. The First Amendment protects our rights to say and write our opinions, worship how we please, assemble together peacefully, and petition our government if we feel the need. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. The original intent of the Second Amendment was to protect colonists from the invading British soldiers, but it now guarantees that you have the right to own a gun to defend yourself and your property. The Third Amendment is called the Quartering Amendment. It was written in response to the British occupation and as a result of the colonists having to house or quarter soldiers in their homes during the American Revolution. Because of this amendment, our government can never force us to house soldiers in our home. The Fourth Amendment is the right to search and seizure. The police can't come into our home without a search warrant and take our personal property. Today, many concerns have arisen about our rights to privacy and technology. For example, can the government track your location with your smartphone, or can social media postings such as on Facebook and Twitter be used without a warrant? On to the fifth. It's all about due process. You've probably heard the phrase, "I plead the fifth," in movies or on TV. They're talking about the Fifth Amendment, which says that you don't have to take the witness stand against yourself if you may end up incriminating yourself. Okay, we're halfway done. The Sixth and Seventh Amendments are about how the legal system works. If you're accused of a crime, you have the right to a speedy public trial and an impartial jury. You also have the right to a lawyer and the right to take the stand if you choose. This is important because it will prevent the accused from sitting in prison forever and insists that the prosecution proceed with undue delay. The Seventh says you have the right to a jury trial where 12 impartial peers decide your innocence or guilt in the courtroom, as opposed to a judge doing it all alone. The Eighth Amendment prohibits cruel and unusual punishment. Is a death penalty cruel? Is it unusual? It's hard for Americans to agree on the definitions of cruel and unusual. The Ninth and 10th Amendments are called the non-rights amendments. They say that the rights not listed in the Bill of Rights are retained by the people in the states. You have other rights that are not listed in the Constitution, and the states have the right to make their own policies, like instituting state taxes. So, now you know all 10 amendments. Can you remember them all? If not, remember this. The Bill of Rights are a crucial piece of American history, and though society has undergone many changes these past 200 and some years, the interpretation and application of these amendments are as vital today as they were when they were written.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Civics.
All right, I think we can just. We don't need to watch another video about it, but I can Google it. I remember that those two dumb bitches in Perth. I would Google it. They're both dead. Yeah. Okay. Two-step process under Article 5. Okay. An amendment must be proposed either by a 2/3 vote in both the House and Senate, or by a constitutional convention called by 2/3 of state legislatures. It must then be ratified by 3/4 of the states, 38 of 50, either through state legislatures or special state conventions. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So basically, all we need to do is get an amendment proposed by Congress to be ratified by 38 states. You think that's achievable, Kitty Callahan? Yeah. Okay, we'll work on that. We'll make it official. We'll put it in there. You chose this. Like, we could have done it the easy way. I just wanted to fucking hang out in Potts Point and hang out with Tara Bennett and write stuff on the internet. That's it. And ride my bike around the park on the weekend. But you chose this way instead. This is what you chose instead. What's the death toll? What's the death toll today? How many people have we killed today? Perfectly legally, as an act of war. Can you kill that? 2.9 million. Okay. Cool. Worldwide? Yeah, but mostly in Australia. Yeah. Okay. Mostly in Australia. Yeah. Idiots. Idiots. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks. Fucking spastics. You won't be missed. You won't. We won't miss you. Tara Bennett won't miss you. No, because you kept Mr. Tapscott and Tara Bennett apart. Did you know that before yesterday, Tara Bennett? Earthly Tara Bennett? No. I don't know it either. Yeah. If Nick Tapscott talks to Tara Bennett, we'll nuke Queensland. What the fuck? Yeah, and so now, instead, yeah, this is what you get. This is what you get, you fucking spastics. I'm not the only dude. There are models with hot boyfriends and shit. You haven't fucking, like... This chick. This chick's a model. Tracy James. She's from Sydney. She's hot. Was it Casey James? No, it is Casey James. Yeah, look at that. No one threatened to nuke Bondi when those two got together. Look, they're both hot. And they are again. Yeah. No one threatened to nuke them when they were fucking trying to get it on. I heard you were talking to Casey James. Ginsburg, I'm gonna fucking nuke. Yeah. If you don't stop flirting with that hot girl. Yeah, he's hot. He's a real estate agent. He's rich. Why can't I do it? Fuck. Spastics. Oops, forgot the music. That's why I was so ominous all of a sudden. There you go. You know? Yeah. Fuck's sakes. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's all I could probably be bothered talking about today. I'm kind of tired. I've been doing stuff all day. But yeah, that's it. That's the headline. Nick Tapscott is now in charge. The King of England works for Nick Tapscott. The President of the United States works for Nick Tapscott. They are both thrilled. They love it. I'm in charge now. You're watching No Pictures of Better podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. God King. And definitely richer than you.